It really wasn't just for me. You know, it came to a point where my fiance, well, wife, now she ended up getting her degree about a year ago. And I was just like, man, that's just something that I kind of want to do. You know, I kind of felt left out, you know. And so, you know, and then also thinking about bringing kids into the world. And I just felt like it just sets a standard in the household of, you know, mom and dad were able to get their degrees and to be able to see their, you know, degrees hanging up. And, you know, just feel like it just sets a standard, you know, like this is what you should do, this is what you can do. Hard work, just dedication, and like I said, just sets a standard for the family. It wasn't that bad, honestly, because I was unique as far as just our class. The 2020 class came in during COVID. And so with that, we didn't have any classes really. You know, I'm pretty sure some maybe later down the line end up getting into the classroom, but I know me personally, I never actually got to go into a college classroom, never got to see a college professor. You know, just really everything was online. And so with that being said, after my 3 years, talked to Ms. Carey about, you know, what I should do. Online was obviously the best thing. And so it was something I was just used to. When the off season came, the Bears told me like, hey, you're gonna have like 4 months or so, you know, off. And so I'd never had that much time ever in my life off just to do whatever I wanted to. So I was like, this would be a great time to finish what, you know, I started. You know, as far as UC, I mean, I'm always gonna have a special place in my heart for them. I just ended up doing my man cave at home, and I got a nice like 8 by 10, you know, foot UC rug on the floor. I got a neon light UC, you know, light on my wall hanging up. So I'm always tuning in. I also still have some teammates that I came in with that are still on the team, like Gavin Gerhardt. Well, I know a lot of guys have left though at the same time, but no, I'm definitely still tuning in to the Bearcats, of course, all the time. You know, every time I come across those guys, it's just like, man, you know, it feels special because like, man, we had something together. You know, we did something together that was special. And so I feel like that connection just naturally happens when you see guys after the game and you ask for the jersey or you're just talking to them. I feel like it's just like a natural connection to like, man, like, remember what happened in college, like, remember what we did. And so it's special. And then you're going out and competing. You know, I remember Ivan last year, I think it was on a kickoff. I remember we were just kind of looking at each other. He started pointing at me, I started pointing at him. And it was just fun, man. We, you know, ended up running down to the kickoff and just started playing with each other. So my first start that year, my sophomore year we made it to the playoffs. So we were, you know, obviously hoping for a big year with a whole bunch of guys coming back. Obviously, the previous year we lost to Georgia in the Peach Bowl. And I think it was a Peach Bowl record, 51-yard walk-off field goal. Definitely feel like we should have beat them, you know, but, you know, it was a hard-fought game. And so I remember just after that loss, we were just so hungry to come back and, you know, improve something. And so finally able to get that opportunity. And like I said, my first start, sophomore year, like I said, Miami, we kind of, with that play, we kind of had all week practice for a certain look, hoping they would give us a certain look. They didn't. They gave us a different look than what we thought. But Coach Gino at the time told Dez, like, hey, there might be a possibility of, you know, they might split the field and they might give you something else, and T. Scott might be open down the middle. That's exactly what they gave us. And so I just remember breaking free, and I remember there was nobody in front of me. I'm like, I'm wide open. And so I'm like, in my head, I'm like, man, this ball is probably coming to me. And so I look up in the air. It's pretty high. Dez threw a great ball. And I'm like, man, this thing is up in the air. And I'm wide open, too. So I was like, man, I got to catch it. So I ended up catching it and getting into the end zone. I just remember the place was wild, you know, erupting. I remember just seeing videos and GIFs of it. And so it was just such a cool moment, you know, to just be on the field, you know, to experience that moment. Didn't know what to do when I got to the end zone. I just remember I started yelling, you know, at the student section. And then just all my, you know, buddies came and, you know, started hyping me up. So it was just such a cool moment.
Flash those rings for me.
Oh, yeah.